everybody, we're back at Gamer Sanctuary. It's getting towards the end of the school year for me. I got 6 or 7 days left of school totally, so bat reps are going to start coming a lot faster and more furious and more creative and more involved. But we're going to kind of kick that whole vein off today with something special with Matt. The new flyer book dropped a few weeks ago, and we've been trying to get something together for it. There's been a lot of back and forth about it. Most of us are generally pretty positive about it. We like the changes to flyers themselves. Dogfighting is still up in the air, but we're going to experiment with it today, see if it actually impacts the game a whole lot. So Matt and I decided we're going to put our heads together and come up with something. Matt obviously is the best choice to test out the flyer rules because he has so many of them in his Marine list. And I asked him what he wanted to play against. He said he wants to play against some Orks. So we've got 2,000 points of Sons of Medusa versus Orks. Here are the armies. All right, so here we have my Orks. We've got the Great Wad Attachment, or whatever it's called. There's a War Boss right here, Power Claw, the Lucky Stick, and an Ammo Run. We got a Weird Boy, as a level 2 Weird Boy with Demonology, because I want to try to break out some of my new Nurgle demons I've been working on, just for fun, not because I'm trying to be all gamey. The core requirements, there's a mech. Where'd he go? Oh, the mech's back here. Core requirements of the Mega Knobs are right there, and this whole squad is going to be in the Battle Wagon. Battle Wagon has a Kill Cannon, 4 big shooters. The Grabbing Claw, I'm going to try to immobilize a Dreadnought with it, just for fun. 10 Gretchen, Run Herd. 60 boys right here. We've got Power Claws and Boss Pulls on all the knobs. There are big shooters in these 5 squads. Rocket in here. 2 squads of Shooter Boys. 4 squads of Slugger Boys. As some specialists, we got 14 Ludas. The 2 trucks. The 2 trucks are going to be for the Shooter Boys. We got a mech cannon. It's going to be a tractor cannon. 3 Def Copters with rockets. And a Daka-Jet with extra Super Shooter and Fly Boss. And a Burn-A-Bomba with 4 Scorch'em missiles. And that's it. That's going to be my 2,000 points right on the nose of Orks. I forgot to mention that my 2 flyers are actually in an attack wing. I'm going to roll the upgrade for the Fighter Ace or whatever they're called. The Wing Leader. Sorry, Wing Leader is going to be my Daka-Jet, just in case. All right, and again, we're trying to show off what the new flyer book can do. So Matt has 2 sets, or a set of Storm Talons and a set of Storm Ravens. We've got Assault Cannons and Typhoon missile launchers in both of them. Missing the weapons in the front there, Matt. What they got in the front? Multi-meltas in the front, Assault Cannons on the top for the Storm Ravens, and that is going to be 1 Air Wing. Who's your Wing Leader? Which one is your Wing Leader?
We'll make this one my Wing.
That one's your Wing Leader. So we've got a Storm Raven as the Wing Leader. 2 Masters of the Forge, it's just stock. 2 tactical squads, 9 men, Sergeant with no upgrades, Plasma Gun in each. 2 Thunderfire Cannons in the back. Separate units?
Nope, 1 unit.
1 unit. That's going to be a lot of barrages coming down on my poor boys. And then 5 Dreadnoughts. We got a Venerable with Assault Cannon, 2 regular with Assault Cannon, and then 2 Ironclad that are stock. 2,000 points again. Here we have a shot of the table. We are actually going to be playing one of the new missions from the Death from the Skies book. We're going to be playing Tactical Strike. So my Orks are the Wardens. I get to deploy in this half of the table and set up 5 fortifications. I only have 3 bunkers. The Sky Shield counts as 1. It has some special rules for this scenario. And that objective marker is an underground bunker. These are all bastions, so they're AV-14, 4 hull points, just like normal, heavy bolters on the corners. The Sky Shield is armor 13 with 5 hull points. It has a 4-up invul and save. And the underground bunker is AV-13 with 4 hull points, but I can't embark in it at all. These are all Matt's targets. He has to destroy at least 4 of these to win the game. 0 to 1 is a crushing victory for me. 2 is a victory for me. 3 is a draw. 4 is a victory for Matt. And all 5 is a crushing victory for Matt. Now, he also has some special rules that he gets to use. All of his one-shot weapons get an extra d6 for armor pen and get +3 on the damage table versus all these. So all of his Storm Strike missiles that his Storm Ravens have are super effective at blowing these things up now. That's going to hurt. That's really, really going to hurt. I'm not going to lie. Fortunately, I have a comms relay in this building as well, so he has a -1 to all his reserve rolls, which that will help. It will definitely come into play. Anything else? No, that's it for this mission. So let's look at deployment. I've got a squad of boys in the woods here. Slugger boys, Slugger boys, Slugger boys in the fortifications. The Shooter Boys are in the trucks. Mega Knobs and the retinue are all in the battle wagon. All the Ludas are on the landing pad here, as well as the tractor cannon. And my flyers and my Def Copters in reserves. The Def Copters are going to outflank. Matt has his 3 regular Dreadnoughts chilling in the ruins here, which are bolstered by his 2 Masters of the Forge. Chose not to bolster that one. I don't know why. Maybe he doesn't want me running over there and hiding. And his Thunderfire Cannon battery is in there, underneath, hiding. Matt does have the first turn. Did you choose to have Night Fighting in effect for your Warlord trait?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have Night Fighting turn 1 also. Even better. I can seize. My Warlord trait, I have the Thundering Charge or whatever it is. I get to reroll charge ranges within 12 inches of my Warlord, which is cool. My Fighter Ace has an extra 6-inch range, just like the worst option I could have got. I was hoping for the +1 strength. Matt, what did yours get?
What's that?
For your Fighter Ace.
Ooh, reroll 1s on armor.
Oh yeah, reroll 1s on wounds and armor pens, which is handy, seriously handy, especially with those missiles, because 2 dice you're still gonna get to reroll the 1s. Yeah. So Matt has the first turn. I'm gonna try to seize right here on camera, and it works. Look at that. Boo. Boo. I think I'm 2 for 2 seizing on camera. All right, so I have the first turn with Night Fighting. Let's see if I can't try to kill those stupid things. I hate Thunderfires against my boys. All right, turn 1 coming up. So seizing the initiative was really good for me. Movement phase, everything kind of came forward. I disembarked the war boss and his boys, and the boys here ran out of the cover, got closer to the ruins. Psychic phase, I managed to get off first Curse Earth, then summoned the Plague Bearers, Herald, lost the summoning power, and then summoned a Herald. So I have a Herald and the Plague Bearers sitting right here, all for 1 wound and the summoning power. That was a pretty good trade-off if you ask me. The Herald has the Grimoire of True Names, so I'm going to try to kind of make it a super invulnerable unit that I can mess with Matt's stuff with. Although there's not a whole lot left over here to mess with, because these guys were within 12 inches of the war boss, so they got to run after he called his Wah, then charge in the assault phase, made it in and killed the Thunderfire Cannon crew, killed both the Tech Marines with the Knob. The boys did nothing, but the Knob did it all, and both Tech Marines missed him in return. One was in a challenge too, so the Knob managed to survive, super lucky. Over here, the war boss and his buddies managed to get in. The Dreadnought killed 2 of them. The Venerable Dread killed 2 of the Mega Knobs, but the war boss ripped him in half all by himself. No consolidation, because now you can't consolidate against walkers per the new FAQ, which we are big fans of. We support it because I think 90% of everything in it is just people not being able to read. As an English teacher, that offends me, so I'm going to support the FAQ as much as possible. Over here, I thought I had first blood in the shooting phase, though, because I had 42 shots from my Ludas. I hit him 10 times, I believe, or 11, and he made a couple of 6-up night fight saves against the penetrating hits. Just took 2 glances. So this Dreadnought is still fully functional with 1 hull point left. Fully functional, ready to come after these guys, and that's all Matt's got left on the table. So they have to survive 1 more turn from me. Can he do it? We'll see. Well, that was messed right up. All right, so notice there's nothing left in these ruins because Matt took both his Dreadnoughts, turned, shot, and did nothing, and then charged with both Dreadnoughts into my guys. Because he's charging through the ruins, his initiative 1, along with all my power claws. So basically what happened was he did 4 wounds to my guys with strength 10 and doubled them all out, because I don't have Eternal Warrior on my war boss. Oh no, he killed the weird boy with Hammer Wrath first, actually. That's what saved the war boss, or what killed him ultimately. But he did his 4 wounds, but since they're all simultaneous at initiative 1, I did like 7 hull points in return to him with my power claws and wiped them off the table. Now, notice there are no Sons of Medusa on the table. However, in air war missions, as long as he has flyers in reserve, which he does, all that's still in reserve, the game does not end. I do not get an automatic win. So we're going to go into the top of my turn 2. I get to basically reposition and move stuff around, and then Matt gets to try to come on the table for a couple turns. But he's got a 4+ reserve roll for his entire air wing. He does have 20 Marines and 2 more Dreadnoughts in the Storm Talons, though. So no interceptor means it's going to be tough for me, but I will move my guys around, and the game is still not over. All right, so the top of turn 2 was really uneventful. We started a dogfight, actually, and it ended up we closed to 24 inches. My Dakajet was winning all the roll-offs against Matt's Storm Talon. I had him turn 90 degrees away from me so he couldn't fire his missiles, which was good, because he snap-fired his assault cannon and hit me twice and stunned me before I could shoot him back. So I managed to make him jink, though. I didn't do any damage to him at all, though. And that was it for our dogfight. So it was neat. It was kind of funny to watching us, hold dice behind our hands, but I think it adds something fun to the game. If he had shot down my Dakajet or I had shot down one of his Storm Talons, it would have been a lot cooler. But first time, and we're both just kind of randomly drawing dice. Anyway, everything else kind of shuffled around. I've got the battle wagon over here ready to pick up the boys next turn and move them. The demons shuffled around here. I gave the Herald the Grimoire of True Names, and it did go off, so they have a 3+ invuln save now. He does not. His is still 5 up. And that's it. The truck's just moved around to get some better field of fire. My def copters did not come in. Both my whole flyer wing did come in, and then just went right back off the table. So they're still in reserve. And that's it. Matt's turn 2 coming up. He's got to roll to see if he can get his flyer wing from reserve. All right, so Matt was lucky enough to get his reserve roll in this turn. His flyers came in the Fortitude attack patterns. They all have a 4+ invulnerable save, and it will not die. That's the dude who is jinking from the dogfight phase, and that's his wing leader. Both the Storm Talon or Storm Ravens concentrated fire, used their one-shot missiles and multi-melts and everything to blow up this bunker. It was bad. He had to go all out on it, otherwise it wouldn't have been destroyed. Because he just was rolling lots of 2s. He got to re-roll 1s with the wing leader, but when you roll nothing but 2s and you need 3s or higher, it was really bad. But that one did get blown up eventually. Reduced the hull points to 0. It collapsed. The boys killed each other with boss balls, but they're okay. Then the Storm Talons actually got super lucky and did the same thing over here. So they collapsed this one, but these guys made their leadership check. So at the moment, I am winning. Matt needs to destroy the last 3 in the next couple turns. 1 to tie and 2 to take the victory. But I need to see if I can shoot him down some. So see if my flyers are going to come back on. If I can shoot him down, shoot one of them down, that'll be handy. Otherwise, it's going to be a longer haul for me. All right, so this was a turn where we really got to explore some of the new stuff flyers can do. And it's pretty brutal. So Matt has his formation where they all have a 4+ invulnerable save and it will not die. So he doesn't have to jink with anything, which was pretty good because I ended up throwing a lot of shots at him. The def copters came in and snap fired up here. I hit twice, did nothing. The tractor cannon shot over here, hit, penned, but he made his invuln save. I actually had the truck come whipping up here within 3 inches and whip the Wrecking Ball, which is a shooting attack technically, up at the Storm Talon and hit it, but again, he made his invuln save. Notice the theme here, Matt making invuln saves. All my big shooters snap fired at everything and invuln saves all around. I hit a ton of times, I really did. The Ludas got another 3 shots each, managed to take off 1 hull point from the Storm Raven over here. The Storm Talon did go down though to my ace, we got to give him a name. He took out the Storm Talon with all his shots because he's in this formation as a +1 ballistic skill. That means with the fighter ace or the fly boss upgrade, he's shooting at BS4, which is pretty cool for Orks. So I hit all 9 times, knocked out a Storm Talon, and that was about it. So the Storm Talon there is knocked out. Nothing else is jinking. That guy took a hull point just on a glance, right? No, he has to snap fire because I shook him. So he's shaken, and then the rest are operating normally. So I'm in trouble over here. I'm going to maybe lose another bunker to tie this game up. He does have full use of missiles in 1 flyer and one shot missile at a normal ballistic skill and a twin link multi-melter. So it's gonna be painful unless he flies over me. All right, this is what? This was turn top of 3, so we're at bottom of turn 3. Bottom of turn 3, the shaken Storm Raven dumped off the Marines and the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought double heavy flamered the boys and 2 of the def copters, but then failed to charge on that one. He held, so he's still okay. Meanwhile, these guys unmercifully kicked my poor little Gretchen in the face. 2 of them are alive, and they're running for safety. You make it home, little guys. You make it home. Over here, everything else, including the snap firing of the Storm Raven, except for the 1 missile, which he powered Machine Spirited, shot at my landing platform, managed to do some damage to it and kill 4 of the Ludas and 1 of the crewmen on the Met gun, but only did 2 hull points to it. So it's still alive and kicking. That 4+ invuln's awesome. But the Met gun's running, so he's got a snap fire. The Luda's held though, so they're down to 10. Still a formidable amount of shots coming at him, and that was it. That's it for the phase. So I'm going to try to knock out those last 2 flyers because that guy's out of position right now, and I think I'll be able to take him in combat. So moving into top of turn 4. Top of turn 4, my burner bomber flew over the Marines, dropped a burner bomb, and then took off the table. Didn't kill any. No, I'm sorry, he killed 1 dude, killed 1 Marine. The Orks, the truck rolled around here. They jumped out and charged at the Storm Raven. Did 1 hull point to it. I shot at him with this one. I failed my agility test to try to break turn to shoot over here. And Matt made all of his cover saves, all of his jink saves over here. everything else kind of snap fired up at the Storm Raven and the Storm Talon. The Storm Talon actually got taken out by a lot of really lucky big shooter shots from the Battle Wagon. Failed a couple Jinx saves, and he came crashing and burning. And then the Storm Raven took another hull point from the Ludas, and that was it. But he is shaken, so he's got to snap fire next turn, and he's jinking. So actually, they're both jinking. So, however, there's a Dreadnought still sitting in there, and it is an assault vehicle, so he goes into hover mode, drops that Dreadnought off. I'm probably going to lose that bunker or the Sky Shield for a draw, unless Matt gets really, really unlucky. So we're going to move now into the bottom of turn 4. All right, bottom of turn 4. Matt decided to leave the Dreadnought here. He flames a bunch of boys, but targeted the truck, and then charged the truck and blew it up. Killed a bunch more of the boys with the bolter fire, plasma fire from here. Lost his plasma gunner, actually, and it gets hot. The last bolter shot killed the knob, which is, unfortunate for me. Over here, this Storm Raven flew close.
Skimming.
Yep, it's still in skim mode, and it dropped off the Master Forge and the Ironclad here, and they charged the Sky Shield and blew it up. But they only killed 2 of my Ludas, and they made their leadership check. Actually, didn't have to make a leadership check, but they are pinned. This one went into zoom mode and tried to do a Hail Mary on the underground bunker, or no, I'm sorry, in the regular bunker, and failed. It didn't do any damage to it. So as it stands, mission-wise, it's a draw. So we're gonna include First Blood and Warlord and whatnot just to see if it works. I gotta kill those 2 flyers to keep my 2 bunkers alive to maintain a draw. Because right now I have First Blood, Matt has Warlord. And if I can get Warlord, I can pull out a win. So, and I got to keep them alive. So anyway, we're going to move into top of turn 5. Oh, okay, top of turn 5. I failed to destroy that Storm Raven. I charged it with the boys, shot it with some rockets, missed a charge here. That didn't work. I missed. I rolled nothing but like 2s when I needed 3s to hit and the stupid thing with Power Claws. Meanwhile, the Ludas did their job though and wrecked that one that was sitting right there. Unfortunately, that was empty. That still got guys in it. That is also his wing leader. He's got a chance to blow up one of these bunkers next turn. Right now we're still at a draw. I did manage to kill his Master of the Forge, who was his Warlord. Killed him with boys in combat and shooters coming on in. I keep whacking him in the back with the Wrecking Ball. That's been the most fun we've had all day. Over here, I forgot to charge them, but they were going to die to Overwatch fire anyway. I couldn't get my Daka Jet to make his high-speed turn. He keeps failing on that, so otherwise I would have had some shots at the back of the Storm Raven as well, but he had to turn this way and then failed his break turn roll because they are fast, but they are not very agile. Straight ahead speed is all Orks like. So right now, it's a draw on the main objectives. Secondary, I have Warlord and First Blood, so I'm up by a point. But let's see if Matt can kill one of these bunkers with a lucky melta shot. The bunker is still standing. He's down to 2 hull points, though. Matt didn't even do any extra damage to it. So that could have been the game for him. We're going to roll to see if the game actually ends. In other news, he flamed 7 of the Ludas, failed his charge to kill the last one, but he held. He's not running away. And then the Marines shot at the Def Cop and failed to do anything to it. So go ahead, Matt. On a 1 or 2, this game ends. Game does not end. It's going to keep going. Turn 6. See if I can knock that flyer out of the sky. I thought I had everything lined up real well. Snapfires from the Burnabama missed. Snapfire from the Luda missed. The Daka Jet took off a hull point. I'm sorry, no, he didn't. You jinked the Daka Jet's shots. He did hit 4 times and glanced a couple times. The Twin Link rocket hit and took off a hull point. But that's it. That's all I managed to do. So it's down to a single hull point, and he's gonna go into hover mode and try to knock out that objective. But he is in. He has to snapfire. He did jink this turn. I charged the Dreadnought back here with 2 squads of boys. The first one to try to sacrifice it and killed all the boys, but the knob in the squad made it in with 1 wound, and then he split his attacks between the 2 squads, crushed the knob that was left here, and then rolled 4 1s on his remaining attacks. And my knob got 1 power claw hit through, grabbed that reactor, and boom, blew him up, killed 2 of my boys in the explosion. And that's it. I think I killed 1 Marine over here or something. That was about it. Nothing else happened. So, bottom of 6, we're going to see if Matt can try to win it right here. Here we are at the bottom of 6, and the game is over. The Marines took a wound off the knob with some bolter fire. The Dreadnought managed to kill the truck, but the only thing that matters over here, the Storm Raven went into hover mode, shot its multi-melta, got a pen, but only managed to drop the armor value on the bunker, so it's got 2 hull points left, but it dropped the armor value down to 11, which is just enough for him to get 2 glancing hits with assault cannons on snap fires and take it out of the game for the win. So Matt gets a minor victory there. This one is still fully alive and never been shot at. But in hover mode, he was going down. I was going to kill him with the demons. We're going to do it just for fun after the game because Touch of Rust, I got that, so they might as well attack that and glance it on 6s. Just to say the demons actually did something in the game. But otherwise, super fun mission. People were complaining about this book, saying it's complicated. You just need to shut up and play it. The actual flyer rules, the core rules, are really good. They make a lot of sense. The dogfighting phase, it happened for us once. Yes, we forgot to do it the other time, but even then, it was only going to happen if Matt failed to beat me on a roll. So once in the game, and it was actually kind of cool to do it. And the mission was a ton of fun. This mission was great. We're gonna next time Matt and I get together, we're gonna do the supply drop mission because I think that one's gonna be even more fun. But thanks for watching, and get ready for a summer deluge of bat reps from us.
All set? Yep.